Ray, I mean, what'd you think last night? I mean, obviously, you guys are at a point where maybe you could have done some more damage before that storm comes in. Did you have a nervous night worrying about what might happen once you got back out here?
There was a tremendous amount of anxiousness on my part, and anxiety and tension, and I know I didn't take the severity of the weather last night lightly, but I kept thinking, well, it's going to clear, because I think Clemson had undergone a delay and it blew through and they played, but we didn't have any power, so we didn't have any lights, and I kept thinking, well, we might be able to finish, but then it really was nasty, and I kind of extinguished that. But you've got some innings to play, and you're trying to figure out your rotation, and Forrest Kumis wanted to go back out today. He felt great. We had to get through that and had to set Webb up to come out of the bullpen, that kind of thing. And then I get home, and you're tracking. You're tracking the other games, and you're watching Fullerton, Illinois, and it's crazy. Can't sleep, and 1 o'clock like they never got here today. I mean, if it had been a 7 o'clock game, I wouldn't have made it. But 1 o'clock was long enough. But that's part of it. When you're in this business, there's a lot of anxious moments, and the respect that I have for Stetson and the program, and their hits to walks and strikeouts were close. They have a great offensive team, and I knew it was going to be very difficult. It kind of unfolded exactly like I thought it would. I didn't really plan on getting a couple of runs at the end, which we've needed every one of them, but I knew it was going to be a battle for us. And Matt Price, we put him in a very difficult situation today, but you can't always go 3 outs or 4 outs. Sometimes the game gets decided 10 outs before the end, and that sort of was the mentality there. And that was one of the most impressive innings of the year for me and for them. I told Coach Dunn afterwards, I've never seen 2 or 3 hitters have the quality at bats in a row that your guys did, and then we escaped with only 1 run being scored. That was a tremendous part of that game. Our guys have played hard. They've been competitive. We're not good enough to throw our gloves out, but we've been able to make some good things happen, and I'm proud of these guys. They've done some good things and stayed in position to win. And Matt Price with 2 saves this weekend. He made my all-tournament team, by the way, and worked out great for us.
Ray, you guys had some success in the super regional era. Going back again, what's your sense of satisfaction, especially now that you're hosting one for the first time since 04?
Well, there's probably not that much satisfaction. Everything's different. Every game's different, and the time is different than years past. So it's a whole new experience in one way. The other way is we've got some guys that have played before. So sometimes as a coach, over the course of a season or over the course of years, you get in situations where you worry about your personnel and having not been there enough. Our guys have been there enough. So I feel good knowing whatever happens next weekend is going to happen because of baseball. It's not going to be anxiety or tension or inexperience. If we play poorly, we're going to lose. If we play well, we got a good chance to win. And I feel good about going into it that way because of having veteran players.
Ray, talk about Matt's 7th inning again. Just the fact I think he threw 25 pitches in the inning, and those were 25 taxing pitches and all that. And the way he just kept pounding the zone.
Without a doubt, they would not miss. They would not take a swing and miss. He would make a good pitch and they would foul it off. And so many times when hitters continue to foul pitches off, they win battles. It seems like the course of baseball, when you battle enough with 2 strikes and you foul off 6, 7 balls, you end up getting a hit more times than not. And he kept making pretty good pitches. Fortunately, he's been in that circumstance many times in his career here. So that was big. I'm so proud of him, and hate to put him in those situations all the time, but that's what he's accustomed to, and it's a tremendous inning for us.
Ray, what was the thought on putting in Taylor in the 5th? Webb had gotten 2 strikeouts, but then walked the next game. Was it just matchup, or did you want to go ahead and get Taylor in there?
Well, we wanted to do matchup. We went into it today thinking Tyler Webb could go 2 innings. He was throwing the ball pretty well, but he ended up walking their leadoff guy. Made a couple of good pitches, didn't get the check swing call, and he he's a guy that just hasn't been there quite as much. is Taylor, and we had the matchup as well with the righties coming. So we went ahead and you know, we'd like to have been one inning deeper, but you know, I have a hard enough time sleeping as it is. I don't want to go home and thinking, why did I wait one more inning? Why did I wait 2 more outs? I don't want to do that. So we try to take the mentality, Coach Myers and I, that you know, we try to save a game or win a game whenever the circumstance arises, whether it's the end of the 8th or the end of the 6th. So that's what we did with those guys.
How much has Matt's stamina this year and versatility helped you guys in those big series and big moments when you do need him to eat coaching the group?
The guy's a workhorse. I mean, he's without a doubt. He's, you know, I guess it was. I saw the transformation probably prior to Christmas last year. He was, you know, a guy that looked good as a freshman, was getting some innings. He broke his wrist against Citadel, if you remember, and he came back, but he just seemed like another guy. And he got challenged a little bit. I think it was a situation where he was called out, quite honestly, by Coach Galvey at the time, and said, you know, you can be a pretty good guy, or you can be somebody different. And you got to change your conditioning. You got to change a lot of things, your presence, and he was fine as he was. He wasn't like he wasn't giving enough effort, but he got challenged to ratchet it up a notch, and he got in a lot better shape. And I think that what goes along with that is confidence and competitiveness. And then you get thrown in some situations, you have some success, and he's got some ability. And he was able to perform for us in some most difficult circumstances. He's been very special for us, but he, you know, he's very composed. He has ice water in his veins. You're going to get something, you know, and you feel good about what you get. If it's not good enough, you don't feel bad about it because you got the right guy out there.
Coach, I know you don't want to take regional titles for granted, but obviously there wasn't a huge celebration because of what you guys have accomplished, not just last year, but overall. But so how nice is it for you as a head coach to know that the regional titles don't elicit a huge celebration from your players when it's over?
Well, I like that. However, you know, I think it's okay to celebrate, and I think it's more common when you have guys that haven't been there very often, and it's okay either way, I think. But you know, we got some guys on this team that have won some, and they know that today wasn't the last game, and they were composed about it and very happy, of course. But there's experience enough that you don't have to. You can be happy today, but you don't have to have a dog pile. And that's good to see from my vantage point, but I would have been okay if it would have been different. It's college baseball. I think it's okay to show your emotions and wear them on your sleeve, so it's all good.
Explain the significance of what a series with Clemson would mean for this city.
You mean economically or the president? No, I don't know. I guess we can't convert Williams-Brice into a baseball stadium. I mean, there's no question that it would be at a fever pitch for college baseball, and you know, if they end up winning today, they're short of getting a South Carolina team back to the College World Series, and it would be crazy. It would be, as Wingo said, it would be most unique and a lot of fun for everybody. I think it's great for our game. Speaks volumes about, you know, programs and the importance of college baseball in this state.
And then just sort of sandwiched in this weekend too is what you'll be watching tonight and tomorrow. Or what do you look for your guys, and what are you hoping for the ones that are around?
You're referring to the draft?
I am.
Do you want me to answer this politically or selfishly? All my guys go undrafted? I mean, no, I hope, first of all, I hope that Jackie Bradley gets treated fairly based on his value as a baseball player and as a young man, what he can bring to an organization. As much as I'd like to have him back, I think he's one of the top players in the draft. I think he went into the season maybe being ranked in the top 12 or 15. I hope that somebody recognizes his value still in that area. I think that's where he should be. And we'll just have to see, but we're going to have, you know, we're going to have a number of guys drafted and certainly some signees as well. It's that there's a lot of craziness that goes on with the draft, as you know, following college baseball, and who's going and coming and who signs and those kind of things. But we have a very talented recruiting class, and it's probably we're going to take a few hits in there. There's a chance that a couple of our current players maybe that don't go where they would like to, we can get them back. But we're going to have to go through some issues with that. Thank goodness we won this afternoon, and we're playing during at least the first round and the supplemental round tonight. But it goes on tomorrow too, as you know, and then the next day. So we'll see. We've been dealing with this for years. If you have good players and you sign good players, those are issues that you have to deal with.
Anything else for Coach Dan? All right, thank you.
Thank y'all.